The internet exploded overnight. Fans were left completely speechless. And, behind the cameras, a hidden truth was finally exposed.
Oh, it is a massive story today.
Seriously. Scott Pelley fired after an explosive CBS showdown. Welcome to Saqi Celeb Talk. Join us as we uncover the biggest celebrity stories.
Right.
From shocking scandals and secret relationships to emotional breakdowns, luxury lifestyles, public feuds, career downfalls, and the hidden truths behind the headlines. We dive deep into the stories shaping celebrity culture and entertainment worldwide.
It is so wild because that iconic ticking stopwatch of 60 minutes, it's just completely shattered.
It really did. So we're doing a deep dive into the sources behind this firing, and we need to look at the timeline. According to Entertainment Insiders, it all started on a Monday morning staff meeting.
Yeah, a meeting that just completely derailed.
Exactly. Pelley, who has literally been with CBS since, 1989?
Yeah, 1989.
He just stood up and publicly confronted the new executive producer, Nick Bilton, and the new editor-in-chief, Bari Weiss.
And it wasn't a quiet disagreement either. He told Bilton to his face that his qualifications were, quote, slender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he accused Weiss of literally murdering the show.
Wait, murdering the show? Those were his exact words.
His exact words. And, Bilton immediately fired him for it. As reported by the sources, the termination letter cited a performative display of hostility and remarkable incivility.
It's basically like a mutiny on a historic ship.
Yeah.
Right? You have this veteran sailor publicly rebelling against the new corporate captains who are suddenly trying to change the course.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
But, if you love celebrity deep dives and hidden stories, make sure you subscribe because the next part of this gets even crazier.
It really does. Because this outburst, it didn't just happen in a vacuum. It was the boiling point of some really aggressive corporate restructuring.
Right. Behind the scenes, another secret was quietly unfolding.
Exactly. The new owners, Paramount and Skydance, had already started cleaning house. They suddenly fired longtime executive producer Tanya Simon, executive editor Dragan Mihailovich,
and two key correspondents. Right?
Yeah, Sharon Alfonsi and Cecilia Vega. So the old guard was already watching their colleagues just get walked out the door.
But here's where it gets incredibly complex. Because Pelley isn't just complaining about, a new digital strategy. According to the sources, he alleges that the new ownership actively instructed him to inject falsehoods and bias into his reporting.
Right. And, we need to pause here and make something very clear for you listening. We are just impartially reporting what is in the source material.
Exactly. We are not taking sides or endorsing any of these political claims.
We're just looking at what Pelley alleged. And he claims this was an explicit directive to curry favor with the Trump administration.
Which sounds crazy. But to understand why a media conglomerate would even care about that, you have to look at their business deals. Paramount and Skydance are trying to combine into this massive new entity.
And they can't just do that on their own. They need regulatory approval from federal agencies.
Right.
So Pelley is suggesting the new ownership wanted to soften their news coverage to keep the administration happy, basically greasing the wheels to get their multi-billion-dollar merger approved.
Okay, let me push back on that, though. Because, is this really a massive conspiracy of political interference? Or are we just watching the inevitable, deeply painful friction that always happens when an old guard institution is forced to modernize?
That is the big question.
Because Weiss and Bilton argue that 60 Minutes just needs a new approach. Focusing on breaking news, expanding beyond the Sunday broadcast, pushing digital innovation.
Well, the reality is probably a really messy collision of both. When you aggressively dismantle a 57-year-old culture, you create immense resentment. So every editorial shift Bilton and Weiss make is going to be viewed by the legacy staff with deep suspicion. But what happened next shocked the entire internet.
Because that broken trust threatens the immediate survival of the show itself. With Pelley fired and Anderson Cooper stepping away earlier this year, their roster is dangerously thin.
Just months ahead of their 59th season, they are down to just 3 full-time correspondents now. Leslie Stahl, Bill Whitaker, and John Wertheim.
And that's not even the craziest part. Entertainment Insiders claim there are major internal fears of a broader staff exodus.
Yeah, rumors that Whitaker and Stahl might walk out next in solidarity. You simply cannot run 60 Minutes without the journalists who give it credibility.
It forces you to wonder about the fundamental paradox of buying a legacy brand in the 21st century. It's an ongoing battle for the soul of broadcast journalism's longest-running primetime show.
It really is. Trying to change a historically successful formula without completely breaking the institution is almost impossible.
Right. It leaves you with a really provocative thought to explore. When a legacy media institution tries to aggressively reinvent itself to survive the modern era, does it inevitably risk destroying the exact credibility and culture that made it successful in the first place?
That's a huge risk.
You've been listening to Saqi Celeb Talk, where we uncover the stories, secrets, and drama shaping celebrity culture. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories the internet can't stop talking about.